Hey y'all, I want to show you my rabbitry today. So what you'll see behind me are two sets of cages, top and bottom. The top are all individual 2x2 cells. And the bottom is two big cages. You'll also notice that my rabbitry is attached to my chicken coop here, so I don't have to walk very far to do all my chores. So the first thing you might notice about my rabbitry is that I have all these white containers attached to the outside of my doors. The purpose of these is that they used to be automatic gravity chicken feeders when I used to keep all my roosters here. While I no longer keep chickens here, I still have the capability of doing so because all my top cages up here are still individual 2x2 cells. So if I ever get a chicken that's sick or injured and needs to be isolated for a little bit, I can just put them up here. So my rabbitry is made up in two sections. This first section here has 4 doors, so that way I have access throughout the entire rabbitry cage. And you'll notice that this first section is quite large. The reason being is because I have my does, my breeding does, and then I have all my grow outs. I found that the perfect number for me is 2 does and 1 buck. As far as the feeder goes, I keep 2 of them in this large cage. So all that they are little juice bottles that are empty with a can that's cut out, and they like to pull on these here, so I just have a little metal bungee that they can't chew through to hold it to the wall. Next to it, I have grass that I grew during the summer. And on this far end is I have automatic gravity water feeders. I used to have plastic ones, but when the rabbits are bored, they like to chew. So I found that these metal ones hold up a lot better to rabbits because they can't chew through them. And these little gravity waters here, you can easily buy off of Amazon. And then for these waterers, all I do is I build this little shelf for these heavy containers to sit on. And you build the shelf with just enough of a raise so that these bowls don't hit the bottom here. And then I cut this wire here so that way these are easy to come in and out as needed when they need to be cleaned. The gap in the wire is just big enough to take these bowls in and out, but not big enough that the rabbits can get out. Now I recently made an improvement to this grow out cage by adding these 2 nesting boxes. So I used to have the traditional nesting boxes, but the problem that I found is that rabbits are kind of dumb. If the babies fall out, the mom doesn't do anything to try to get them back in, they just let them die out on the wire. So what I've done is I want to try out this new method, is I made these below ground nesting boxes. So that way it feels more natural to them, like they're burrowing in the ground. And this way the babies can't just simply fall out. They have to be old enough to climb out on their own. In which case, once they're old enough to do that, they'll be fine when they're outside of the nesting box. Watch out, little guy. And right now, because we're about to get a bad winter storm, I've put some dried leaves in there for bedding. So the way that I built this, is I built a plywood box and then slid it into this opening, and then I attached this top piece using 2 hinges. So that way I'll always have easy access to check on the litters. And then down here on the very end is where I keep my breeding bucks. So I still need to make a few changes to their cages, because where I used to have the chickens, I have this smaller wire so their poop doesn't just fall through. But for right now it's okay because their hay and poop stays up here, which is going to create an insulation for them during the winter time. So come warmer months, I'm going to end up changing this out so that they have the bigger wire like the does, so all their poop just falls straight through. And over here, just similar setup. Instead of having 2 feeders, I just have 1. They got their hay right here, and then they have their automatic gravity waters down there. Now, a huge bonus of owning rabbits is not only do they give you really clean, lean meat, is that all their poop is going to fall underneath here, and then this is wonderful, wonderful stuff to add to your gardens. That is just great for garden. And the good thing about rabbit poop is it does not need to be composted. So you can just scoop it up and put it straight in the garden.